Ability CCS uses an elastic search platform which allows us to offer complex and fast search results. We offer 3 different types of search options within the browser-based application today. Those search options are a customer search, an order search, and an inventory search. So we're going to start off first here by taking a look at the customer search. Now, while all of our searches use the same foundation, they're going to offer different search criteria or filter options. So if I go into customer maintenance, and the first field that I have here is customer number. Following this field, you'll see a magnifying glass. So I can use my mouse and I can click on that magnifying glass, or if I'm a keyboard user, I could tab from the customer number field. Now I'm at the magnifying glass, you can see the blue highlight there, and now I can hit my enter key. So there's a few different ways to navigate there. Once you've selected the search option, a new window is going to appear, and it's going to prompt you to enter some search criteria. The first field is zip code followed by last name, then company, division, first name, address, so on. I'm going to stop right there because one of the first questions I often get is, why are these out of order? And the reason for it is because we've tried to help you by putting the most commonly searched fields or the most helpful fields at the top. So most people are going to search using a zip code and last name, or just a last name, or just a zip code, and then from there maybe fill in other pieces of information. In some cases, you might not have the zip code or the last name, and you might have to search by other criteria. And that's why you can see we have basically any of the address details that would be attached to any customer are going to be searchable fields, in addition to the customer number, the web customer number, and the email. Now, once you've entered criteria to search, so let's say I enter a zip code 56345. Now you can see my search button on the top is active and it's now blue. So I can either use my mouse to click on that, or I can just simply hit the enter key. By hitting the enter key, it's telling the system to go ahead and complete that search for me. Now if I hit enter by accident, I could still tab and navigate to the last name field and maybe enter a last name. Here I'm going to go ahead and just use mine and hit the enter key again, and that's going to go ahead and initiate a new search. So it's really, really easy to use whether you're a keyboard user or somebody who prefers to use their mouse. Now when you do have a big list of search results, we do also have the ability to refine the search results by putting in additional details, in the top. So maybe, for example, I don't know the last name, but I know it's, some version of a JEN. Well, I can go ahead and enter that, and it's going to go ahead and filter out anything that might match that. So that filter option is very helpful as well. Now, once I find the customer that I'm looking for, I can simply select the customer number from the search grid here, and that will go ahead and populate the tab that I was looking at with that customer's details. Or if I don't find the customer I'm looking for, I can select this new customer button, and that's going to go ahead and tell the system to allow me to create a new customer. I'm going to go ahead and select that button here, so you can see now I have a new dialog box letting me know that a new customer number has been issued, and I can either hit the enter key or I can click that OK button, and now I can go ahead and tab through and create my new customer account. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and actually navigate over to an order inquire module so we can take a look at the order search next. So if I go to order inquire, to the right of my order number field, I have my magnifying glass again. So here I can go ahead and either tab and hit the enter key, or I can click on the magnifying glass to activate that order search. With the order search, we're going to have a few more options to search for our orders. So one of the things is you're going to notice that there are some different options across the top. So I could tell the system to search for just returns or just drop ships, and I can tell it to look for a specific date range. By default, it's always going to open up basically for all of the history, so everything up until the current date. On the left-hand side, I have my search criteria where I can search for different pieces of an order number. If maybe I know part of the order number, but I don't know the whole order number. I can search by order status. So all orders is the default, but I can search for just ones that are open, closed, or maybe in a quote status. I can also search for orders based off of a specific hold code. So maybe if I was working holds or knew an order I was looking for was on a specific hold, I could look for it that way. I can look for it by PO number, by SKU, by serial number, by division. And then finally on the bottom here, we do have customer details. So all of the same customer criteria that we're able to search from for customers, we can enter here within our order search as well. Just please note that when we are searching for our customer details here in the order search, we are looking for a match in both the bill to and the ship to. Okay, so if I go ahead and enter 56345 as my zip code here, I'm going to have a bunch of different matches, and some of these could be because they shipped to that zip code, and some could be because it was the bill to. There's a little plus sign here, and a plus sign by the order indicates that I can expand that out, and then I could go ahead and I could scroll this over and I could see the information for this order. And that's how I would know how or why it's being populated on this grid. All right, so that is the order search. And again, same criteria. If I find the order that I'm looking for, I can go ahead and select it, and it's going to open up the order details here on my screen. Now, in order to see a SKU or an inventory search, we do need to get into an order here. So I am going to just real quickly here start an order. Just bear with me here. I'm going to get down to the item section, and you're going to notice here that in the SKU field, to the right of it, we have that same magnifying glass. Again, I could hit tab and enter, or I can use my mouse to click. With the SKU search, we do have fewer options. There's fewer things that we're going to typically want to search for when we're looking up specific inventory. So we can search by the SKU, the description, the product group, the item type, the item priority, if there's a cycle code associated with that, if it's discontinued or not, if it's a marked closeout or not, if it's on back order, and then the product ID as well. Now, in all of the searches that we do, all of them have that global filter that I mentioned with the customer search. And the other thing that I want to mention is they all work with a wildcard, which happens to be the asterisk. So if I were to search for something like asterisk shirt, I'm going to get everything that has shirt in the beginning, but also everything that has something else before shirt as well. So here I have B crew shirt, R shirt, T shirt. If I do shirt and then the asterisk, now this is going to be a little bit more limited because I'm telling it has to start with shirt, but it could end with something else. So in this case, I have just 4 options versus all of those other shirt options that we were seeing before. So you can use the asterisk really to your benefit, but it also can limit your options if you don't have it in the right place, depending on what specifically you're searching for. I could also say, well, maybe I want to have anything that has shirt in the description, and I don't care what's before it, and I don't care what's after it. So in that case, we would do asterisk, shirt, asterisk, and now anything that has shirt at anywhere within that description is going to appear, whether it's in the beginning, in the middle, or at the end. All right, so asterisk is the wild card, and again, that works in all of the different searches, whether it's a customer search, an order search, or an inventory search. And at that point, that completes our discussion on search.